Hey guys, it's Jason, or at Brewer Jason on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, and pretty much everywhere on the internet. And today we're doing something fun but a little different as we critique my very first roll of film photography. For Christmas this year, I inherited my dad's old Minolta Maxxum 7000 SLR. Now the cool part about this film camera is it was the very first SLR to have autofocus built into the camera body. Now I shot exclusively on program or auto mode for my very first roll. I figured this would be the best way to learn from my mistakes and just let the camera do most of the heavy lifting. So what film did I go with for my very first roll? None other than the drugstore bargain, Fujicolor Superia Extra 400. I knew I wanted the 400 ISO since I was going to be shooting mostly inside, and I wanted something that was forgiving on my pocketbook as well, as I'm trying to figure out this whole new hobby. You're able to pick up a roll of this from just about any CVS, Walgreens, or Meijer throughout America, and it'll only set you back about $20. I took that first roll of film down to my local camera shop, Robert's Camera, located in downtown Indianapolis. They were able to process and scan in my very first roll, and I just got it back today. Let's check out and see how I did. All right, the first picture right off the bat, nothing fancy. The sky was really pretty meh that day, so you're not gonna get too much there. The shadows, you get that Fujicolor green there in the shadows with that greenish tint. But this has kind of that fun characteristics. This is what you want whenever you're shooting film. You want that texture. Next photo with Dad's Tesla out front. Same kind of deal. Love the texture. I like the greenish tones in this picture. I think this could be a pretty legit, fun little street photography snapshot. Now this is one that I missed. I probably need to shoot this at a higher aperture, f4 maybe, to be able to get the cat in focus. The exposure looks pretty good for the metering. Just missed the cat eyeball though to get that in focus. This is a bummer. Now this one I think is the opposite. Things are in focus, but they're very dark. So either metering incorrectly or just not nailing the exposure. Now this one might be my favorite picture out of the whole bunch. The dog, Penny Puppy, they're tack sharp. You get the green eyes with the greenish blanket. You get the light coming in, properly exposed. Everything's in focus. This might be my favorite out of the whole bunch. And this is the problem with shooting with film. This is a memory that you don't get back. And I missed it, guys. I missed the focus. I'm so bummed. The expression on the dog's face, being distracted, looking over. This could be me with an unsteady hand. It could be me missing the autofocus, but there are no do-overs in film. This one I think is pretty good. You get the dog in focus, shooting wider with my brother-in-law Scott there sitting on the couch. This is mom and dad opening their gifts on Christmas morning. You get the motion blur there with mom's hand opening up the present, dad opening up his. This is just kind of a fun family memory shooting on film. This is a complete miss. This is one that the cat's moving, I'm moving, a lot going on here, just unable to keep up with the movement there in the shutter speed. Same thing here with my youngest nephew, Ethan, and my brother-in-law in the background. Either I was moving, not shooting at a fast enough shutter speed to be able to make sure that he stays tack sharp. Now, I think this could be kind of a fun picture. You get the dramatic lighting, a little bit harsh on one side, not as much filling in, but you know, a boy and his dog, you get the neat film grain look here. I think that this is a salvageable photo. All right, nothing says Indiana more than a basketball hoop outside, and in Indiana we have a lot of them. But this is kind of a neat shot. You get the film grain look there. You get a little bit of color with the sky that decided to come out, the shadows, a little bit of faded look. I think the Fujifilm looks great there with the greenish tint. Gives it some dirt, some grit to it. I think this is a great shot. This might be my second favorite out of the entire group. Ah, this is one that I missed. I really wanted to shoot through the rungs of the stairs and capture the cat looking through. I thought the green eyes would be great, and I just wasn't able to hold it steady enough. So I either need to start shooting with a tripod or a faster shutter speed or introduce more light into my photography. Now I think this is kind of a cool dramatic lighting effect here. You get the greenish in the shadows, but the puppy is actually frozen there, not a whole lot of motion blur, so I was able to shoot at the correct shutter speed, but this can maybe be saved in some post-production and do a little magic on it. Is it really the holidays if you don't have a family member sleeping on a couch or an oversized chair? This is my dad napping in the corner after opening up gifts on Christmas morning, and so this is probably a little bit more sentimental value to me, but it's kind of a fun photo, one that I'll hang on to. Alright, at this point in time in the roll, I was starting to figure out that my hand was probably not steady enough for some of these shots. So I sat the camera down on the table and grabbed some of my nephew's figurines, these Halo figurines, to take some macro photography as well. Figurines don't move around as much as dogs or kitties. I think this is a great shot. You get the buttery depth of field, you get the noise there with that kind of greenish tint on the film. I think this looks great. This is definitely a shot that I like. And you followed up with a complete miss there with the cat moving around and completely blurry. This one's not too bad. I think we'll have to play around with some of the dynamic range here and the light hitting up here. I wish the dog was more lit, but I think we'll be able to do something with this one. This one I'm bummed about. I missed the focus here on the Taylor, so shooting handheld on this with the lower aperture wasn't able to get that in focus. This, on the other hand, grab the tripod. It's really late at night. Got the water beads beating off the Tesla emblem. I love this photo. Oh man, so I'm gonna have to start carrying a tripod around, I think, if I start wanting to do some more film photography. This might be my favorite picture out of the whole bunch. Now, I don't know if you get as much of the film characteristics from it, a little bit of the greenish tint there in the shadows and in the darker blacks, but this is a great photo on any camera, I think. And same thing for this one, use the tripod, wanted to get the charging port, the tail light in here, you get the greenish and the noise there in the shadows with this Fujicolor film. I think this is kind of a fun photo. It has the personality. So there you have it, you guys. Hopefully you were able to learn something from my very first roll of film on my Minolta Maxxum 7000 with the Fujicolor 400. And I think the name of the game is I just need to shoot at a faster shutter speed or get steadier hands. But if you like what you guys saw, be sure to hit that like button. If you want to see more film photography stuff on this channel in the future, be sure to smash that subscribe button. And until then, I'll catch you guys in the next one.